We're live? We're recording?
We're recording, man.
Recording?
Yes, sir.
Well, my name... do we just, introduce ourselves or something like that? Just make it super cheesy? Just dink around?
Go for it.
This voice that you hear right now, this is Rich Turkar. You've probably heard of me. I've talked to a lot of my friends about, recording a podcast and how I've been wanting to do that. I'm going to be doing that with my counterpart, Jose Ochoa.
And that's me, the second voice in the room. Yes.
Dude, listen to that voice, dude.
Is
That
it good?
little radio voice. You're like...
And we're going to test this out for the pilot. Let's...
Yeah, this is literally just a pilot. I mean, we're just going to do this for fun. We have... The only equipment we have is like a MacBook Pro. That's literally it. And it being a MacBook Pro doesn't make it any easier. I mean, we were just trying to do it with our speakers and nothing worked. We were literally looking at tutorials for maybe, 30... No, when did you get here?
Dude, I got here about 12.
You got here at 12? Fuck, it's been an hour. I can't believe we wasted all that time. I was literally doing pre-calculus homework and all this other nonsense. And I'm like, okay, we gotta get this done. Because when were we thinking about doing this?
Dude, we've been planning this for years.
For years? No, it wasn't years. It was not years. It was... Fuck, because when did we start listening to podcasts? Because I started listening to, that true crime nonsense. Because it seems like every podcast, if it's not true crime, it's something random. It's either just a bunch of people just talking like this, or... I don't know, because I think we're going... I'm jumping around right now already. This is pretty bad. But we're going for something just a little bit more satirical, because we don't want to have, a specific topic or anything like that. But anyways, we'll pick up from there later. But no, when it comes to, the whole idea of this podcast was, with me, I'm down here in Austin, Texas. We've got a few friends down here. I'll randomly meet people, but then it's just these people are just, passing through and so on and so forth. And it's a good way for me to keep in touch with a lot of my friends up north, in South Dakota, Minnesota. Shout out to all you guys up there. But gosh, even the whole Midwestern voice came out. Oh, you betcha.
It happens, man.
Yeah. But no, which is fun. I'm probably going to be catching that when I not re-record, but listen to this again. But I think it's going to be fun. I think it's a good way of practicing my speech, working on enunciating, and being able to look at things objectively and kind of go from there. But one of the main reasons that we want to start recording this is I think it's going to be good to kind of take that space and just throw it out there. And if people go with it, that's fine. That's just going to be a bonus. But other than that, I think it's going to be fun. What about you, dude?
Dude,
I think I'm talking too much. You go.
You're fine. You're fine. Me and Rich here, we met in the car business, back in 2014?
Let's see. I was living in the Midwest up until, 2014. And then we decided to move out of that. I don't want to call it a shithole, but I mean, there isn't much culture. Let's just say that.
We'll just say the car business is a little bit different, and met this guy, cool guy, played Destiny at the time.
Yes, I remember that because I moved down here and I'm all okay, I still got a PS3. I got to get either an Xbox One or I don't know, what came out first? Was it a PS4 or an Xbox One?
I think the Xbox.
Was it Xbox? Well, I ended up going with the PS4 just because in retrospect, I was always kind of a Sony fanboy at heart, just because, fucking Metal Gear Solid, you got Crash Bandicoot, all these other classics and shit. And I always like the controller. I know some people prefer the Xbox controller because it's kind of bulky. I don't know, I would say it's kind of bulky. But, it's very vanilla, so to say, when it comes to a controller. But anyways, so I decided to get a PlayStation 4 and then got Destiny. And then did we play that much online, though?
We played a couple times online, and then the game kind of sucked.
I didn't mind it. Were you playing it when... Because it's basically just explain the game a little bit because people are gonna be like, what the fuck are they talking about?
It's basically what is it?
Before
Fortnite, before back when multiplayer was getting big because of Modern Warfare 2, that was the next thing for Halo and Bungie at the time was Destiny.
But, by the way, let's kind of say this though, we're not experts. I'm sure people are going to call us out and be like, hey, it's actually one of these. I'm like, I don't know. I just fucking picked up the game so I can play socially with all my buddies, especially up north too. A lot of my old coworkers, my boy Kevin, shout out to you. But anyways, yeah, it's more of a first person shooting looting game, right?
Yeah, basically.
You just get a bunch of loot. But I remember playing it. There was this little cave. I remember them calling it Loot Cave or something. You'd stay off at a distance at a high point, and then you'd use a sniper, and the computer generated all these non-player characters come out of the cave, and then you just basically shoot them, and that before the next spawn, I think you just pull them up. But anyways, this isn't a Destiny podcast. Anyways, let's get back to 2014?
Dude, 2014, working in the car business. Had some fun managers. Had some good times. Met some good people.
Hey, those were what did we call them when I came back? It was like the golden year, right? Golden days or whatever we referred them to.
Golden days.
Because dude, I don't know, because it's like one of those like a pastime, so to say. Because selling cars back then was just a lot of fun. It was just a lot of bullshit, and I think throughout my whole car sales career, that was the last time like I actually had fun, like legitimately had fun. And then after that, I don't know if I was just like chasing this high. Or I'm like, oh, dude, I'm going to jump at this car dealership, see if I can get that same experience. It just wasn't the same. After I left, everything just kind of fell apart.
Well, yeah. It was fun in the wintertime, eating pho.
Oh, my gosh. Yes, what was that? Because they
Shout
closed
out to
it.
Fanatic, closed down here in South Austin.
Wait, is there any Fanatic open?
I think there is. I think.
Or are they all, like, changed?
Don't quote me, but I think there's one in Round Rock.
Wait, but have you ever had pho at 888?
888's okay.
Okay.
It's okay.
What... I can't even talk. What pho do you even like?
I go to Pho King, which is PhoKing. It's good pho.
Where is it?
It's up in Round Rock.
Wait, so you drive all the way up in fucking Round Rock?
If I want pho, yeah. Or I might go to Pho with us. Shout out to South Park Meadows.
Wait. Okay, so I've been to 888, and then actually, surprisingly, when I went to North Dakota last year for Christmas to visit my mom and my two little half brothers, shout out to Marianne. A lot of shout outs on this pilot, by the way.
That's all you, brother.
There's nothing wrong with that. But there was this one pho place, and I don't know if it was just the environment, because first of all, have you ever been to North Dakota?
Never have.
Have you ever watched the Game of Thrones?
Never have.
You've never seen
Oh, wait,
it?
I'm sorry. I'd take that back. See season 1 and 2.
Yeah, I mean, no, okay. Have you seen any of the scenes from North of the Wall?
I probably
like
have.
with the fucking zombie. By the way, we're probably swearing a lot, so if you have kids in the background, probably turn down the volume on the way to work, right?
Yeah,
I mean, a lot of F-bombs. Not too many though.
Kids play Grand Theft Auto nowadays. They
used to say worser things on Family Guy before they started getting all PC.
People's kids are still watching South Park, Family Guy, and Rick and Morty.
Oh, hey, I remember watching Shrek when I was 10, and I'm like, whoa, should they be saying this on a movie like this? Like right after Toy Story and Bug's Life and all that nonsense. Anyways, back to describing Fargo, North Dakota, as North of the Wall in Game of Thrones. But that's what it's like. Like snow everywhere. It's completely flat. It is so flat. And I remember making a video on Instagram about this. It is so flat you can see the curvature of the Earth.
Yes.
Like you just see off on the horizon, and you're like, oh, I can kind of see it. If you take a metaphorical little level, you'd be like, oh my gosh, that little bubble moved. But no, it's crazy. But anyways. It was probably just the whole environment, it being super, super cold. You just want to get inside, cuddle up next to a fire or whatever, and then eat some pho. And it's like, oh my gosh, the best comfort food ever. Yeah. It was great. But they also used, I think they used like rice noodles. Or do they normally use rice noodles?
It's rice noodles most of the time.
Something like that?
Yeah.
Anyways. So why do we start this podcast?
Well, it's our opinionated podcast for everybody out there. We will look up facts, but it's also stuff that we think as well. Just like I think most people from up north are serial killers. But
no,
that's just me.
I think you're confusing. I think you're confusing the North with Florida.
I don't want to name drop. I don't want to name drop, but Ted Bundy, Ed Gein.
Those are Canadians, though. Wait, Ted Bundy was a Canadian, wasn't he?
I think he was from the North, man.
Yeah, Canada.
I'll fact check it for episode 1.
Where they all talk funny.
There's a lot of Minnesota killers, Wisconsin killers. Yeah, dude, it's pretty bad up north.
Are they all white Americans too?
They're all white Americans.
White Americans, big difference.
Before I met my buddy Rich here, I had a thing like I thought people from North Dakota were even killers.
But I don't know. I think it's because it's so boring up there.
Golly, it's crazy.
And that's before the whole opioid thing, right?
Yeah, before the opioid thing for sure. Definitely during the crack epidemic, but there was no,
Oh my gosh.
I don't even want to go there.
I think we're referencing Dave Chappelle a little bit too much. We just watched I just watched the Dave Chappelle stand-up that just came out on Netflix. It is hilarious. Offensive if you like to get triggered, but
we'll talk more about it on episode 1.
Yeah, because it's more of a pilot, but anyways, yeah. So, gosh, we are all over the place. I think it's also a little bit of excitement just because I know I've been anxious to record this because I think it's gonna be something fun. It's gonna be something to, I don't know, get the time to pass by and kind of go from there. Really, I mean, I just want to keep doing this, whether it's a success or not. I mean, I think we want to record once a week.
Yeah, right. Once a week sounds about safe. I don't want to, overload our viewers or listeners or whatever they find us.
That's another thing too, and I don't mean to like reference too many other podcasts, but like I'll find myself like, let's say I take like 2 days off, whether I'm studying or back-to-back work or whatever the heck. Like I'll find myself just like, oh shit, now I have to listen to all these 4 because I don't want to listen to one out of context because next thing you know, you hear a YouTube clip and you're like, fuck, I missed that episode.
Yeah.
But
100%, brother. But we're doing this. We just like to talk about stuff all the time, and it's always random. It's never the same thing. So
yeah, well, that was another thing. I mean, like there's so many great conversations that we have where we're like, oh, we should record these. Like not so much to reminisce, but it's like, hey, it's worth it. Let's just throw it out in the space, if people like to listen to it and subscribe, then it's like, why not? Why wouldn't you go for it? But anyways, back to Kia. I mean, fuck, what I was doing internet sales.
I was a hybrid.
You were a hybrid. You were like all over the place, and that whole place was just falling apart. And then, yeah, we still kept in touch. I mean, I did move back up north for a while. And then, I mean, we always talked about just like crazy shit. Anything to do with pop culture. I mean, it's more of like almost like a roundtable discussion. I mean, regardless. I mean,
pretty much.
Yeah, just like random shit. Because, fuck, I mean, I don't know anything about Texas before I moved down here.
He definitely doesn't know anything about sports. But,
Nothing.
It's all good because I can still talk to this guy about the 18 Spider-Mans that have been around.
Is it 18 now?
It's like
how many are there?
It's like 3.
Don't even get me started on Spider-Man. The crazy part is like Sony was doing so well with its own Spider-Man thing, like with the Spider-Verse and all these. Actually, I think that's all it was Spider-Verse. That's the only thing.
Spider-Verse and Spider-Man 2.
Yeah, I keep forgetting that.
Well, actually, 1 and 2.
Yeah, 1 and. Have you ever seen? Is it 2. What's the one that they came like re-released in DVD?
2.5.
Is that what it was?
2.5.
Yeah, that was really good. I mean, what? It was just that one scene where Doc Ock was like obliterating Spider-Man on the in the apartment or something. It's literally like a 3 or 4 second scene, isn't it?
Yes, and it was added to I think that.
Oh, it was so good.
Movie, yeah.
And then like, I mean, they probably could have put that in and cut out that scene where Mary Jane and James Franco.
Yeah.
Sorry, Norman Osborn.
Harry Osborn.
Harry. Yes, Harry.
Harry Osborn. What's the original Spider-Man's name? Let me see. Not from the back animated series, but from the 1994. Christopher Daniel Barnes was probably my favorite Spider-Man.
Wait, what do you mean?
The Peter Parker voice.
Oh, dude. Okay.
1994 animated series.
Okay. Sorry, I probably should have known that. Not as like applicable as like my boy Kevin Conroy or Mark Hamill with the Batman voice. But anyways,
Jason Momoa is not bad.
The guy who does Spider. Okay, so for those of you that know me, like, I guess I'm still considered a comic book nerd, right? It's just I used to like regularly read comics, like very aggressively, and then they started like renumbering everything, getting a little out of whack. But every time I read a Spider-Man comic, I always heard that voice, like as I was reading it. Like that was the noise.
It was the best animated voice, the best one to me personally, other than when they made the Into the Spider-Verse movie.
Yeah.
I think 1994 Spider-Man is the one every kid from at least our generation knows.
Yep.
Between the ages of what? I'm 26. You're... I didn't want to say his age, folks.
31. Oh, it's crazy. I do not feel 31 at all.
Dude, I don't feel 26. I still feel like I'm 14.
I mean, I still go to the gym, still go hard, still very active, and I don't know. I don't think I look 31, but maybe I do. But I remember being 10, and a 30-year-old would look like they just went through the war.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it was crazy. But what? I mean, what were they even fighting back then? I don't know. I have no idea. But
when you were 10, was that like 95?
I was 10. I was like 98.
98.
What was the one? There was something, wasn't there? Like,
well, Clinton had just got caught with Lewinsky.
Hey, that's one thing.
That time.
Hey, we can't speak badly about the Clintons.
Oh, I'm not. I'm stating
just
facts
saying.
On that
we've got a MacBook, we've got 2 iPhones, we've got an iPad over there. They're all recording what we're hearing, what we're talking. One of them is recording because we want it to. The other 3, that I don't know.
Make sure the TV's not a Samsung.
I know it's an LG though, so it's okay.
Korea's listening to us right now.
South Korea.
South Korea, I believe.
Gosh. But anyways, oh my god. See, this is another thing. Like, this is another reason why we want to record this podcast, because like obviously we're able to segue from topic to topic. Like, we've got the worst case of ADD on the planet. I mean, it's ridiculous. But we're also going to go back. So why are we starting this podcast again?
Dude, it's all opinionated. We literally can go from, talking about the new Star Wars movie to the Breaking Bad movie that's coming out on Netflix.
I'm so excited.
I'm more excited about the Breaking Bad movie, I'll be honest with you.
Hey, okay, so is it just a bad case of member berries?
You talking about Star Wars?
Everything. Like, think about it. Like, yes, honestly, I think Breaking Bad is probably one of the shows that I actually rewatched. I rewatched the whole series.
Other than The Office, yes, Breaking Bad.
Well, yeah, I guess. But The Office it's a sitcom, so like you can always have it in the background, like Lord of the Rings. Like you just have it.
I can play Breaking Bad while throwing a party, and people are like watching. They're cool.
I still remember all the memes back in the day. Like, remember all the pizza memes? Stick person throwing the pizza on the roof and shit. I never got that, and then I finally watched Breaking Bad. But I don't know. Are we just running out of ideas? Or not really running out of ideas, but it's easier to relate to people because we're looking for all this like clickbaity material, like something to get our attention real quick.
Well, yeah, that people see, something pop up that they know, they're gonna click on that before they click on something they don't.
Yeah, like something they're familiar with.
Like Ready or Not, for example, is a movie I think sounds like an original plot.
I would say, yeah. I just saw that yesterday. That's why we bring it up. But no, it was really good. I would probably say, based on like my movie library that I've seen, I would say it's original. I mean, I did not expect any of it. I mean, I don't know if it's a spoiler alert or what, because I mean the trailers kind of imply the whole story. I mean, they play hide and seek, and then I guess I don't think in the trailers they actually implied anything about like the family, but basically this chick gets married in, and then it's more of like an initiation, and she has to play hide and seek. I mean, the catch is like, oh hey, they actually try to kill you, but the reason for killing the bride for like the initiation, not gonna get into that. I don't think I'm even gonna get into that because the movie came out like a year or two ago, and I'm still like questioning it. I'm still like, that's pretty
Which
crazy.
Movie?
I almost said Inside Out. Ready or Not.
Ready or Not just came out this week.
Wait, I thought it came out 2 weeks ago.
Maybe it was 2 weeks ago.
Anyways, it was good. I am excited for it though. Are you?
It is. We apologize. It is today. We're recording on August 29th, 2019. Or 2019. I'm sorry. The two Utes. My cousin Vinny, shout out. But yeah, man, it looks pretty good.
It does.
It looks pretty good.
Dude, that trailer's fucking. How about the first teaser trailer that came out, where that one girl walks in and it's that old lady in there?
Oh yeah.
She goes. Is it her old apartment that she goes into?
Jessica Chastain.
Is that the actress?
The redhead from Interstellar, yeah.
That's the name of the actress though?
Jessica
I love her.
Chastain. I believe that's her name, Jessica Chastain. She's gorgeous.
Oh, I love her.
Yeah.
Interstellar,
The Martian.
She was in Martian?
She was in Martian.
Why do I get
Molly's Game? I think that's what the movie's called. Molly's Game. I didn't watch it, but I think she's in that movie. And she's also in the X-Men Dark Phoenix.
Oh yeah, who does she play? Because I didn't even bother wasting my money on that movie.
Spoiler alert: she's one of the aliens.
Wait, like the weird. What were their name? In X-Men, there were the characters with like the weird black hair. It was always like a weird shape.
Yes.
Is she one of them?
She's one of the aliens that they meet when Dark Phoenix absorbs all that energy. If you've read the comics, she absorbs all that energy and it makes
and save that ship or whatever the hell. It's been so long, but I remember that story being really good. And actually, you bring up the 90s Spider-Man, but I think the 90s X-Men show had the best translation from comic book to any other form of media other than a movie in the cartoon.
Well, Days of Future and Past in the cartoon was Wolverine and Storm's son, wasn't it?
I don't remember the cartoon. I remember the comic, though. She went in the past with Kitty. Or she went in the past to save Kitty. I forgot. It's been so long.
Because in the cartoon... I was a big 90s kid, so... Fox Kids 13, shout out, I do miss you.
I like shout outs.
Dude, it was Fox Kids 13, brother.
Dude, Fox Kids was the shit. Well, okay, what was it?
Power Rangers, Mystic Knights, Beetleborgs, all the X-Men's, Spider-Man, The Tick.
Remember the Silver Surfer show?
That was on there as well.
It was like one season. Okay.
Iron Man, the cartoon?
Yeah, it was... Oh, God, I remember the intro on that one.
Best intro, one of the best intros.
I don't know about that. Are we opening up a 90s gateway? Is that what we're doing?
That's just, we're kind of giving y'all some hints for what's to come in the future.
Well, no, because I wanted to target that. Remember that... Okay, this will be quick. Remember the 90s Spider-Man cartoon after... Like, it was actually like the series after the main series. It was like Spider-Man Unlimited, where they have to go into space and they've got like this, like he chases down Venom and Carnage, the symbiotes, not the hosts. It was so fucking weird. I mean, it was like a show that it would have been on like MTV or something.
There was an MTV Spider-Man.
Oh, that one was terrible too. They were trying to ride the tail of the first Spider-Man movie. Oh, bud, your phone's going off.
Sorry about that.
Was the house on fire?
No, dealing with work, man. When you're still, well, I apologize. I'm still in the car business, so every call you get is money, or it's a lot of complaints. That's the car business.
Is it? I got a fender bender. Is my bumper to bumper covered?
Oh my gosh!
I remember that stupid shit, dude. Like, come on, no, that's what your insurance is for.
Nah, man, I love my customers, and may God have mercy on their souls.
Oh no, yeah. Well, I actually should be careful. You're still in the business. I shouldn't be talking shit about car business. Anyways, I mean, I don't know. I enjoyed it. I honestly because I work on an office job part time as I'm going to school, and I don't know, just like it's call after call after call. And it's just annoying. Versus car sales. But okay, like what do? You clock in and you just sit there.
Make phone calls.
Oh yeah, I guess.
You make outbound calls. If I don't meet somebody outside that's nice and friendly and wants to buy a beautiful vehicle, it's mainly phone calls. Or I have to offer them beautiful vehicles.
Oh, that's crazy. I remember when I did car sales, I don't know, maybe it was just a little relaxed because I had a pretty fat pipeline. Mm-hmm. But then, I mean, there were moments where I would just sit there for 3 hours, on my phone. Dude, I was actually thinking about it. I literally got so many of you guys hooked on shit at the dealership. I got you all to buy a fucking 3DS. We all played Smash Bros.
That was true.
And then, okay, I know I got some of it. I don't know if I got you hooked on it. Have you played Plague Inc.?
I didn't get
it. We create the virus, and then you have to, basically kill humanity.
No.
It's a great game. No, that one's pretty fun.
I did get hooked on phone game, what was it, Dokkan Battle.
Oh, the Dragon Ball Z one?
That was the Dragon Ball Z one, and I came to you for advice on it. You're the pro.
I remember I would take all these detours and shit like that to get home. It would take me, a normal, 5-minute commute? Yeah. It would be a 30-minute drive home. It was ridiculous. I would literally do that. And then at the end of the day, it's all these are all mobile games that are just designed to keep me hooked.
Pretty much.
Because, let's be honest, there's no final boss, there's no last level. You just keep playing. And
apparently there's another one coming out, Pokemon Legends, or Pokemon Masters, or Pokemon something.
Oh, isn't it you just fight random trainers or something weird like that?
Yeah, it's apparently going to be bigger than Pokemon Go. Apparently. Pokemon Go probably got more people to actually walk outside than most mobile games do. Which I give it props for. Mm-hmm. I can sit on my ass all day and play Dokkan Battle, or I can go catch 50 Charmanders at Town Lake and walk my dog.
That is crazy. Wait, what kind of dog did you have again?
I have 3 dogs. A Boxer Terrier, I got a Chihuahua, and I have a Pit Bull mix.
Oh yeah, you do. Oh my gosh,
it's a puppy.
That's
amazing. You had a dog.
Yeah, I had multiple dogs. And they were all products of my relationship. It's so weird. Whereas I want it, as much as I love dogs, I want to get another one, but right now I'm just taking classes and everything. But yes, I did have 2 red-nosed pit bulls, which were both rescues. What was it? Sioux Empire Pit Rescue, I think it was called. Shout out to you guys if you're ever going to listen to this. And then I got that little shit dog. What was it? It was a little Maltipoo or something like that, which was a great dog, had a lot of love to give, maybe too much love. But then I always caught myself always being the one to take it out and always being the one to do this, always the guy that had to go get its hair cut and all this other shit. So I'm this is getting a little too much. I ended up giving it to a relative. I can't believe I just called it. I gave him to a relative, and now he's just chilling, running outside in a big yard and everything like that. So that's pretty cool. It was a cool dog, but I think those little dogs, those little tiny puppies, they all used to be wolves, and then we bred them into these little tiny pocket dogs. True. I almost said pocket ponies, pocket dogs. Yeah.
Sheesh, man.
But my next dog, speaking of wolves, I need to get a Tamascan wolf dog. Except it's gonna be a female, because eventually, if I get a male, it's gonna be huge. It's gonna be ridiculous.
Just get a husky, man.
I don't want to get a husky. They're too fluffy. They're very typical.
But they love you, and they always want to run away.
They do. They do. They're beautiful dogs. Mm-hmm. And then, you got to go with the typical blue eyes and all this other crazy stuff. So it looks like
They're wolves. Those are the closest dogs to wolves, I think.
Wait, have you ever seen a Czechoslovakian wolf dog?
No.
Bro, it's basically like what the Germans did with shepherds.
Googling it now.
You're Googling it? Okay.
Yes.
Literally, they're so cool. They're fucking huge, too.
They're big dogs?
Yeah, it's CZECH. Actually, if you just do Czech wolf dog, I'm sure that'll pop up. Ooh, wolfhound. Look at that. Dude, look at it. That's like what the communists did to keep people away.
Wow.
How sweet are those? That's a wolf, dude.
That might actually be
I'm telling you. No, they breed them with wolves. Look at that thing.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
It looks too much like a wolf, man.
See, and that's another thing, you'd have to be careful, where you live and also their crazy stuff, because you know how people get, any way for them to get triggered, but not everyone is like that.
Trigger warning.
Should we do that, in the beginning of our podcast? Just be all right, trigger warning, satire warning, all this other crazy stuff.
Yes, definitely. Maybe even a spoiler alert, because we talk about stuff and sometimes we don't know if we're spoiling it for somebody.
Yes. Well, I think we would kind of know, right?
Dude, there's people that probably still haven't seen Dark Phoenix yet.
I think there's a lot of people that probably just don't want to see Dark Phoenix.
Yeah, but I this isn't, a shout out to everybody, but I don't think this affects everybody. I think there's people that, even though they haven't seen it yet, they want to see it. They just don't have time to see it.
Yeah, I guess.
You know what I mean? Kind of like it took you, almost a year to watch Age of Ultron.
Don't remember. Well, okay, I saw it. I still saw it in theaters. I saw it towards the end of the theaters.
It felt like a year.
Well, yeah, that was the dark age of me with the MCU. Not I had anything to do with it, but just I was in a relationship. Okay, long story short, I was in a relationship with this dude and just did not like superhero movies. I think he just had a bad taste in his mouth with a couple of them, because some of them are bad. But I think my whole thing was hey, there's a huge difference between the MCU and all the other comic book movies out there. So he just kind of summed them up into one.
I don't know, man.
I mean, that's like saying, okay, and I'm sure there's a lot of you out there that can not relate with this, but probably have the same point of view on a lot of these superhero movies. But there's a different, you could go to a movie theater regularly and go see what the third X-Men movie with the Phoenix. Look at that. Both movies with Phoenix are bad. What does that tell you? Anyways, so you can go and see X-Men 3, Spider-Man 3. What are some other bad ones?
Let's go ahead and say Batman vs. Superman: Dawn of Justice.
See, I haven't seen any of those. But anyways, you can go see those.
You haven't seen that yet.
Yeah, and then let's say you go on YouTube or you still watch TV and you see all these commercials for all these superhero movies. Obviously, it feels a little overwhelming. Sometimes you're oh my gosh, just stop. But at the same time, it's essentially its own category.
But even the MCU's had bad movies, man. You gotta look at the first two Thors, Iron Man 3. You can say people didn't like Iron Man 2. I loved it personally.
Watching it again, and especially with the Elon Musk cameo.
Yeah, Mickey Rourke. Don't forget Mickey Rourke.
Oh, Mickey Rourke. Mickey Rourke. I mean, what is he? Is he white? Is he Russian? Is he?
I'm not sure.
Because he played a Russian in that movie, didn't he?
Yes, I think I believe he was Russian. Don't misquote, but I think he was Russian.
But no, that movie wasn't terrible. My whole thing was, you didn't see him in his traditional red and gold suit until the very end of the movie. Every other suit. I mean, my impression when I first saw that movie was, oh my gosh, we should really be talking about this on a later podcast, huh? Because we're diving into a white hole.
Sorry about leaving some taste.
Oh no, it's fine. I mean, it's not like people are dissecting this. It's not like they're gonna listen to it and be but at the same time, it's okay. But anyways. Should we wrap this up, or what? We've been doing this for...
I think we've been doing good. Like I said, we plan to be making these maybe at least once a week. You
think Thursdays?
Thursdays would probably be a good day to make them, just because I'm technically always off on Thursdays. With this school schedule, Thursdays seem to be the right day.
Yeah, because I have oh my gosh, that pre-calc class, by the way, 2 hours long.
Yeah.
It's a lot of material, and my professor is crazy.
Might be tough for me next Thursday, though.
That's fine.
Closeout month.
Oh, yeah. End
of the month closeout.
Yeah, I guess wait, it's the last week of the month right now.
No, but it's closeout. Like after the month ends, you got to close it out. And,
oh, that's so weird. I
don't think I have a day off next week.
No, you're fine. No, it's totally fine because it'll give me time to edit this, put it up, and no, on Facebook yesterday. I don't know if you saw, but I basically just like did like a big, not an announcement, but more like more of a like a shout out or just to get responses. Really, yeah, it's more of a response. But I'm like, hey, how do you guys all listen to podcasts? And everyone's like, oh, the Apple one. Some of them listen on Stitcher, which I didn't know people still use that. And then another big one was what's the Spotify? I didn't even know Spotify did it. I know you can listen to them on YouTube, but I don't know how I feel about that.
I personally listen to them all on YouTube.
Yeah. Well, I think I'm going to make it available to everything. I think I'm going to start off. Well, another thing that we have to do, and I think the next couple steps, we need to get artwork. We need to, I think, agree on a name. Not like we're in an argument, but it's kind of just out there. Like, I think branching out would be a fun name. Because, like, we're kind of, like, getting away from everything. Getting away from, like, all the noise and this political spectrum where everyone's like, well, I guess it's not really a spectrum. But it's like everyone's got this whole, like, ideology and want to tie everything. And really, we're just trying to be satirical with everything eventually. Yeah. And, again, it's more of a roundtable discussion, too.
Yes.
But, no, we need to get artwork. Figure out the name too.
Maybe a jingle?
Yeah, we gotta do a jingle. I got a couple friends that still do a little bit of DJing, but I don't know. Might have to shout out to them. But I don't want like this crazy intro. But also, I think it'd be kind of funny if we got like a combination of just like little sound bites from us talking and put them into like a jam or something like that.
That'd be
kind
good.
of fun. And just make it like just a few seconds or something.
No, definitely.
And then we'll probably record here for a little bit, and then I'm gonna be looking for a place. I think I'm like in the middle of this moment where I'm like, okay, do I stay in Kyle because there's a campus right here? Think about Austin Community College. They got campuses all over this place.
No, man.
So like if I want to go up north, like North Austin, I can go to the Highland campus, do all this crazy shit, and then go from there.
But you got to be living up north too.
Yeah, but not too north. I don't want to go on.
You hated it up north last time.
Okay, I didn't mind it. It's just because I'm trying to create this perfect ecosystem where I'm like working, going to school, and living in the same area.
You have less traffic here though. South has less traffic.
Okay, have you not seen my Instagram story these last couple of weeks?
I have not.
Oh my gosh, it's like, it was ridiculous.
Well, it is 2019. It is outrage culture. And we're just living in it.
And the Victim Olympics, don't forget those.
I don't know why I thought there was a crack in your cup this whole time, but it was just the
my tea bag. Yeah, it's like, hey, what's up? A little tea bag. Yeah, oolong tea, which is kind of funny.
The guy that hates the DC universe is drinking a Superman mug.
This is Grant's mug, by the way, which I hope he hears that part.
Shout out Grant wherever you are.
Yeah, Grant. Last time
sending prayers, buddy.
Yeah, last time I heard, he was in Florida, and then I think he's moving to one of the Carolinas or one of the Virginias or something like that.
He's serving our country, being a good man.
Bro, that guy's going to be a badass.
I hope so.
No, seriously, he's going to be the next Captain America. Watch.
I was thinking more John Rambo, but...
John Rambo. Yeah. Wait, was Rambo a Marine?
He was...
Or was he a Green Beret?
Man, it's been so long, I forget, man.
They're making a final one, aren't they?
The final one, but it looks like he's not, like, any type of military stuff. I think it's like the Mafia or something he's fighting.
Oh, weird. That's crazy. They're like, oh, hey, this John Wick formula works with Keanu. Let's try it with all these other characters.
Keanu Reeves, Matrix 4. Sounds amazing.
Hey, I want to say spoiler alert, but these movies have been out for a while. What's her face? What's the chick's name in that movie?
Which movie?
In The Matrix.
Oh, man.
It's Keanu Reeves. Well, I don't know the actress's name. What was her name in the movie, though?
Man, I haven't seen The Matrix for like 19 years. Bro.
Anyways, while you look that up, didn't she die?
I believe so.
I could have sworn she died. She got impaled, didn't she?
Let's check it out.
Like when they were trying to get Keanu.
Trinity,
yes. They were trying to drop off Keanu over at that fucking like that mecca with all those robots and shit like that. And that giant system came up and like took him in, plugged him in back in the Matrix to get rid of Agent Smith. But oh my gosh, I can't believe I remember all this shit. I haven't seen those movies forever.
You think it's gonna be rated R, PG-13?
I'm hoping R.
I would hope so too. The Joker just got an R rating.
Dude, that movie's gonna be so good.
I hope you're right.
Why does Joaquin Phoenix looks like he's just having the time of his life filming that movie?
He's got big shoes to fill, I'll tell you that.
But he's not like... I don't think he's replacing Heath Ledger's Joker.
No, but you at least got to give the performance.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
You know, I'm not going to even say Heath Ledger's Joker. I'm just going to say the Joker, because Jack Nicholson gave a great performance. Heath Ledger, great performance. And, of course, Mark Hamill.
Hey, let's not forget about the one and only Jared Leto. Dude, how did he sign up for that?
I don't know, man. A lot of money.
Was he just like, and now he's got his own cult. Did you hear about that?
Don't start that.
No, dude. And I heard about this from one of my lady friends at work. And what? Yeah, Jared, how do you spell it? Jerod Leto, Leto? Cult. Yeah. And he's like charging people $6,000 or something like that. Yeah. Jared Leto and 30 Seconds to Mars have a cult on their island. And look, they're all wearing white. Like, it's ridiculous. It's like, what? Like, I didn't even think... Is he that big, though?
If this offends anybody, this is basically the making of what happened with Charles Manson right in front of us.
This is crazy. Like, oh my gosh. And, like, Twitter's going crazy about it, too. That's funny. Yeah, I can't believe it. But, I mean, okay, so he's a singer and an actor, and he happens to also be a decently looking guy.
Sounds like everything people would say about Charles Manson back in the day.
I know.
He hung out with the Beach Boys, didn't he?
Did he? I don't know. I don't know anything about that stuff.
Well, I don't know. Just looking into it, just, overall and stuff. And I did watch Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Oh,
shout out Quentin Tarantino. We'll talk more about him another day.
Hey, speaking of it, I'm cutting you off here, but because you bring up Charles Manson, have you watched Mindhunter yet?
I hear good things.
Oh, bud. Okay. I know at the beginning of the podcast we were talking about all the true crime nonsense. And okay, there's nothing wrong with it because I listened to the last podcast and a couple other ones. I used to listen to Sword and Scale, but everyone was all like, "Rich, you have to watch Mindhunter." A girlfriend up north, Alex, told me about it. A couple coworkers told me about it, and I think even my manager was all like, "Hey, you need to watch this." And with me, whenever someone like recommends, like a true crime show or podcast or something like that, I'm always like, I always put it in this box. I'm like, okay, I'll catch it later, no, regardless of how great it was. And I'm all like, I'll check it out later. But I finally watched it. I think I stayed up until 3 a.m. last week to finish season 1.
We'll talk about it. Let me watch it.
Yeah,
we'll definitely talk about it. But again, it's me, Jose Ochoa, and
yeah, we're finally sending out Rich Turcar, and I guess we won't hear back from them later, but you'll hear back from us, right?
Yes, you will.
All right, deuces, y'all.